What is the theme of the month of Tevet? Tevet starts off in the middle of Hanukkah, the holiday of light, and before we know it, we're fasting on the 10th of Tevet, a time of darkness and the beginning of destruction. What can we say about this dichotomy? Certainly, there are highs and lows for a person in every month, sometimes even every day, the roses and thorns. The moon itself changes shape throughout the month as a visual reminder that each night is filled with a different degree of light. Nonetheless, the contrast between the light of Hanukkah and the darkness of Asar B'Tevet seems rather stark. Let us look together to find a ray of light to get through this transition. We will begin by recalling the history of Asar B'Tevet. In Malachim Bet, we read how Nebuchadnezzar moved against Yerushalayim, laying siege and resulting in a great famine. These events are also recorded in Sefer Yechezkel, while Yechezkel is in Bavel. The Rambam, in his Code of Mishnah Torah, tells us when there are days when the entire Jewish people fast because of the calamities that occurred to them, and this is supposed to arouse in them the spirit of tshuva. As it says in Vayikra, chapter 26, verse 40, and they will confess their sins and the sins of their ancestors. The Shulchan Aruch states that we are required to fast on the 9th of Av, the 17th of Tammuz, the 3rd of Tishrei, and the 10th of Tevet, tying all of these fasts together, as does Rabbi Menachem Leibtag in his essay, The Four Fast Days. Therein, he discusses how Haggai and Zechariah are the two Nevi'im who encouraged Bnei Israel to keep building the second base of Mikdash. This occurred during the time of the Persian king Darius, after construction had been stalled in the years following the Cyrus Declaration. In the book of Zechariah, a group of Babylonian Jews approached Zechariah and asked, do we still need to fast on Tisha B'Av, since the construction of the second big Mikdash is already underway? Zechariah's response illustrates that the Jews of Bavel were missing the point. Now, Zechariah teaches them the focus of the fast should not have been about whether or not there was a Beit HaMikdash standing or not, but why it had been destroyed in the first place, namely because of their lack of social justice and sensitivity to others. We need opportunities not only to commemorate past events, but to remember and reflect upon what caused the events to occur. The main reason cited for the destruction of both temples is baseless hatred, hinted at by Zechariah when he outlines the path to redemption. These are the things you are to do. Speak the truth to one another. Render true and perfect justice in your gates. Do not contrive evil against one another. Do not love perjury. These are all the things that I hate, declares Hashem. Therefore, we are to rebuild a society of peace and strengthen our relationships bein adam l'chaveira. Zechariah assures us if we do this, then these fast days will become days of joy and gladness. Masechet Rosh Hashanah asks the question, how so? And the answer, when there is peace in the world, there will be times of joy and gladness. However, if we do not learn this message, we must continue to fast. Therefore, if we strive towards peace, justice, and chesed, then we will not feel that Tevet is just the start of the downward spiral toward the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash, but rather a reminder to continue the light of Hanukkah by rebuilding and fostering our relationships.